We move to the final page of our review, express the series using sigma notation. So in this case, we are going up by 3. There's a common difference of 3. So we're going to use formula 1 for an expression for this series. So a sub n equals the first term plus the common difference times n minus 1. So distribute 6 plus 3n minus 3. So that is 3n plus 3. Okay, so in sigma notation, it's the summation of the series 3n plus 3, starting with term number 1. So here's term 1. And then we've got terms 2, 3, and 4. So ending with term number 4. Here it looks like we have a common ratio of 3. We're multiplying by 3. So a sub n equals, and we're going to use the geometric formula, formula 2. So that's first term times common difference to the n minus 1 power, and that cannot be simplified. So it's the summation of 6 times 2 to the n minus 1. Adding up term numbers 1 through 2, 3, 4, and term 5. In the top here, we're not changing at all. So I could say that's an R of 1. In the bottom, it looks like we're actually going up by 1 each time, so there's a common difference of 1. So what I would do is actually just consider the top always to equal 5. And the bottom, I would say, has a common difference of 1, so a sub n is going to look like this. Every term has 5 in the numerator, and then an arithmetic sequence in the denominator, term 1 plus the common difference times n minus 1. So that's 5 over 1 plus n minus 1. And that simplifies. 1 minus 1 is 0, so it simplifies to n. So it's the summation of the series 5 over n from term 1 through, and it ends at the dot, 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 infinity. So the summation of terms 1 through infinity. Number 26, the summation of 3n minus 6 from terms 5 through term 9. 3 times 5 minus 6 plus 3 times 6 minus 6 plus 3 times 7 minus 6 plus 3 times 8 minus 6 plus 3 times 9 minus 6. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15, minus 6 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18, minus 6 is 12. 3 times 7 is 21, minus 6 is 15. 3 times 8 is 24, minus 6 is 18. And 3 times 9 is 27, minus 6 is 21. 9 plus 12. Turn that on. 9 plus 12 plus 15 plus 18 plus 21 is a sum of 75. And last, terms 3 through infinity for this series. The only way this can be done is using formula 5 if r has an absolute value less than 1. And that right there is r. And the absolute value of r is less than 1. So we can use formula 5. So for formula 5, s sub n equals, and it's a1, which is the first term, but in this case it's actually where n equals 3. So we have to actually find the third term to go in this numerator. So that's just by plugging a 3 right in there for n. 6 times 2 thirds to the 3 minus 2 power. So that's 6 times 2/3 to the first power, which is 6 times 2/3. And 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. So the first term in our series is 4. And that goes over 1 minus r, which is 1 minus 2/3. So it's 4 over 1/3. Outer loop is 12, and that's 4 over 1, so the inner loop is 1. So the sum is 12.